Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Alrighty, there we go. How's your day going?
Great.
So, by the show of hands, who here has Snapchat? Come on.
Everyone.
You don't have Snapchat? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Who here knows DJ Khaled? Oh man, who follows him on? Who follows him and watches his videos?
What's his name?
Oh, come on! Hey, you haven't seen him once?
Once, maybe.
Okay, there we go. There we go. You know who DJ Khaled is, right? Yes. Yes. Okay, guys. Whose parents have Snapchat? No one has. Maybe. Okay, maybe. All right. So none of your parents have Snapchat, huh? You guys. Who has Instagram? Facebook? Oh man, it's dying, huh? It's a popular.
I still have it. I'm an OG.
So, and I'm guessing your parents don't have Instagram either. Huh?
They do.
They do. They don't follow you, but they don't have Snapchat. Who knows when smartphones first came into popular demand?
No, boy.
What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. When did they come out?
Well, like normal phones or like actual
Smartphones with mobile apps.
2007?
Yeah, around then. Around then. So, guys, in 2006, there's pretty much no such thing as a smartphone in people's pocket. Me and Coach Williams, your teacher, had flip phone. You know, it was really cool to have a flip phone when I was about your age, a little bit younger. You know, we could flip it open and text each other. We wouldn't have these smartphones. Does anyone know what Snapchat is worth right now?
3 million? No, more than that.
10 million.
About $19 billion. Yeah. You guys know how much Instagram is worth right now?
No.
More than that, yes. You know how much Uber is worth right now?
Oh, God.
$40 billion. Guys, you understand what's going on here? This is an entrepreneurship class, right? It's a little bit of business, a little bit of math. In less than 10 years, these mobile app companies become worth billions of dollars, not millions. These companies have become worth billions of dollars. Now, I want to talk about why I bring this up. Like I said, do your parents have Snapchat? No. That's good for you guys.
Nice.
That's really good for you guys. I'm going to tell you why. It's really some important information. In the 1990s, Mr. Williams and I were talking about this last class. The only way to get your eyeballs on a product like Nike, Gatorade, whatever you guys have been studying, was through billboards, was through TV and newspapers, right? You had to spend millions of dollars on advertisements on TV to get your Gatorade across there. Get your Nike commercial with Michael Jordan out there. Well, guess what? Now we have Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram. What do we wake up to? What's the first app you guys use? Instagram. Who uses Twitter? All right, got some Twitter users, some Twitter fingers. Yeah. How many people use their phones more than watch TV? Yes. Everyone in here. Everyone in here. Guys, I want you to understand something. The old ways that our parents are using TV and all that stuff, it's out. Mobile apps are the next best thing. Now, why this is important is because this is going to make you the most successful generation there ever is. Okay? You guys are growing up with these phones in your hands. You guys understand how to use Snapchat. You understand how to get people to watch your stories. You understand what it means to like someone's photo on Instagram, what it's like to follow somebody, what it's like to get attention on there. Guys, this is free marketing for you. I know people that are like become billionaires because they have 1 million followers on Facebook, 1 million followers on Instagram, 1 million followers on Twitter and stuff like that. You know why? They can make up to $40,000 in advertisement. $40,000. Because because they have 1 million followers. You guys understand? Who here has over 100 followers on Instagram? Okay. Yeah. So right automatically, you guys have 100 eyeballs you can sell your product to. Now I want to ask you, who here wants to be their own boss one day? Right, yeah. What's your name? Joanna. Joanna wants to be her own boss. I want to be my own boss. What's your name?
Andrew.
Andrew?
Yeah.
Andrew, you want to be your own boss, right?
Yeah.
Guys, I want to tell you that you guys are the most luckiest people in the world. This generation, you have so many opportunities, right? It's not just that you guys have Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat to advertise whatever idea you have, to get your friend, Bobby, Max, whatever, to look at your product. It's that people in their 30s and 40s and 50s don't understand what it is that Snapchat is. They don't understand what Instagram is. They try. They pay my company lots of money for me to tell them what it is. Right?
Good guy. It's a good thing. Vivek said I was 24.
Oh yeah, no, Michael Williams, he will not age, man. You see him on the field, man. Oh man, he's fast. Guys, this is good. So, that's the first point I want to make out, guys. I really want you to understand that right now is a perfect opportunity for you guys to do something. Actually, me and Mr. Williams were talking about an opportunity you guys might be doing for social media in the future about a challenge. You guys remember the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yeah.
Here, raise your hands. Who remembers Ice Bucket Challenge? Who participated with the other hand? Who participated in the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Are you serious, Jennifer?
All right. Okay, that's fine. At least half of you did. I worked with the ALS Association. I was the director of organizations against ALS. As an entrepreneur, I saw that it was mostly individuals, kids, who were doing the Ice Bucket Challenge, who didn't have money, who weren't donating.
I donated.
Oh, wow. What's your name? Jamie? Thank you, Jamie. That's great. You're helping a good cause. So I saw that most people, unlike Jamie, were not donating. So I got whole companies involved. I started organizations against ALS. I challenged one of my bosses, my first boss, Brilliant Soccer Academy, to do Ice Bucket Challenge. His whole company did it. He challenged DC United. They challenged other sports teams and it became viral. And I learned from that point on that you can reach millions of people pretty much free, right? So let's think of something, right? We can all, guys at Kennedy High School, right? Imagine, how many people do we have in here? We probably have about 20, 25? 26. All right. I'm good at estimating. That's one of them. Good at estimating, I can tell you something. So imagine if 26 of us came to an idea and said, like, guys, let's make a challenge for Kennedy High School. Let's raise money for this awareness. Or let's do something. And let's create a challenge. Let's challenge Miss Peterson's class. Let's challenge this class. You know how easy that is? Just think about it in your heads. Is that something you can see blowing up in your high school? Huh? Yeah, we can do that, right? We can do that. And that'd be probably really, really fun, too. You could put it on your resume. You could say, I was part of a challenge that raised $20,000. I was the original co-founder in the entrepreneur class. We came up with the idea. And it's good experience for starting your own business. Now that I got into social media, and it pretty much looks like I got your attention, this is cool stuff. It really is. Who here has ever started a business? Now that means you've made $1. Who here has made $1 doing something? Anything. A chore your parents did? All right. Someone raise their hand and tell me what they did. Yeah. What's your name? Narian. What'd you do?
Lemonade stand.
Lemonade stand. How much did you make?
At least 50 a day.
$50 a day. That's some money, right? How old were you when you did it?
I think 13.
13, okay. Who else made money doing a little business? What's your name?
Elijah.
Elijah. What kind of business you do?
Snow shoveling.
Snow shoveling.
Yeah.
How much money you make a day?
When it would snow.
Yep.
Like normal winter.
In August, right?
Yeah. About 200 a day.
200 a day, guys.
Yeah.
200 a day. Right?
I'm doing that next time.
Who else? Raise your hand. What's your name? Julian. What kind of business you do? Yeah, that's right. You got me. Yeah, I like this kid. You got me from the beginning. He made clothes. He sold them. Guys, so let's go back to the snow shoveling business, right? You did it yourself, right?
No, me and my friend, we each got 200. We did it together.
Cool. So you made 400 in total?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So let's say you're doing snow shoveling. Let's say January 14th, we know there's a big snowstorm, right? And we charge $100 to shovel your driveway and your walkway. Now, let's say instead of us doing the work, we got someone else to do the work, right? That means we have more of an opportunity to find more work, right? Let's say we had this whole class. Let's say we had 26 people to work at our convenience. And so what's 26 times 100? 2,600. So if we were a company, you guys think we could find 26 customers in a day? We could, easily. I'm telling you right now, easily. We could make $2,600 bucks, right? So, did anyone do some studying on what one of my companies is? Who can tell me what Blue Collar Scholars is? No one did studying?
They all should.
They all did studying.
We read it.
They
I have it all
claim they
signed.
finished writing it out, so let's see if they really did.
I'm going to give you 10, 20 seconds, after, anyone can raise their hand and tell me what Blue Collar Scholars is.
Forline, it looks like they're not going to do too well on this.
Oh, man. Okay, no worries. It's all right.
No, I think there's something to do.
It's all right. It's all right.
Better.
You got it?
You on paper?
On paper? All right, read it. That's fine. That's fine.
To give it to you.
Where you had college students perform easy chores such as mowing, weeding, gutter cleaning, junk removal, and snow removal.
Snow removal. I actually did that business. And yeah, it's been a dry winter, Haven't done that much money in the snow business.
One person got it.
Yeah, hey, good job. It's all right, guys. I saw you guys were working before. So, I want to talk to you guys a little bit I want to give you an example. Anyone raise your hands, what's the definition of entrepreneurship? Yes. Huh? Self-owned business, yes, it's a good answer. So, my idea of entrepreneurship is a lot different than a lot of people. I think that if you are presented with a problem and you find a solution yourself, you're an entrepreneur. Everyone in this room is an entrepreneur. Has anyone been told by their parents that they could not go out one night? Raise your hand. And when they're told you can't go out, sorry, you can't go see your friends, right? Has anyone ever come up with a plan to argue against that?
Yeah.
Raise your hand. You're an entrepreneur. Has anyone? Well, that makes you a better entrepreneur then. Who said that? Your mom's stubborn. Okay. What's your name? Montana. That just means you're going to become a better entrepreneur. My dad was very stubborn on anything he decided to do, and that just meant I had to think of cleverer and cleverer and cleverer things. I had to think of better ways to get around it. It's an obstacle. All right? That's all entrepreneurship is. You have a problem, and there's a lot of obstacles in the way, and you find the best way around it, or any way around it, whatever it is. Who here has turned in late homework and argued with a teacher to get a good grade?
Ooh, yes, y'all better
Yeah.
raise your hand. You know who? Raise that hand.
It wasn't late.
What's your name? Anthony. He had late homework. He goes to Mr. Williams. He said, man, I was watching TV last night, I didn't feel like doing homework, I turn it tomorrow. Right? Now, that's not too good of an example, that's not too good of an excuse. What if he says, Mr. Williams, I had a test in biology, I had a test in chemistry, I've been trying to get straight A's, Mr. Williams, please can you give me one chance? That sounds pretty good, right? Yeah.
That'll come with better ones.
Yeah, well, okay, all right. Well, maybe I'm not that good, but, you know, that is an example of entrepreneurship to me. If you can think of a problem and think of a way to make it better or a solution, that's what it is. So let me go into the little bit of science with blue-collar scholars. First of all, I was a chemistry major, okay? I was a chemistry major. I got straight A's at a point. Eventually I dropped out. I studied, I had 1 or 2 economic classes. That was pretty much the only business classes I ever had. But I took a lot of psychology and sociology classes. Who here has taken a psychology class? Raise your hand. All right,
I'm taking it right now.
Jennifer, you like the class, right?
Yeah, I like it.
Guys.
Yeah, alright.
Anthony, relax. Relax, man. Psychology is the most important class you will ever take, guys. Psychology is the most important class you will ever take. You want to know why? No matter what business you go into, no matter what field, you become a doctor, you become a lawyer, you become a businessman, you need to know how people think. That's exactly what psychology does. Psychology teaches you how you think. What is in the head of that kid who's not doing his homework? What is in the head of that kid who's doing really well? What is in the head of your parents not letting you go outside? Right? Once you start thinking about what your parents are thinking, right, about what are the reasons why they won't let me out? Okay, let's think about why. Maybe I didn't get straight A's. Maybe I didn't do well on the last test. Maybe I haven't been doing my chores. You right there are doing psychology. You're thinking about what they're thinking, right? So, in 2007, 2008, the economy crashed. All of a sudden, no one had jobs. I was 18 years old at the time. And I was going to college. I was going to make it. I was going to go into business, right? All of a sudden, economy crashed. No one had a job. People were having a hard time finding jobs. So, there was a bunch of college students looking for work. I saw out here, outside, that everyone has a lawn. Everyone has gutters. Everyone has a house to be painted. Everyone has junk to be removed. Right? Doesn't every house have a lawn out there?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So there's already 1 and 1, right? I have people who can work and people who need work done. Now, that's just a business, right? That's just a business. I can call that Sam's handyman work. I can call that Joe's crab shack, landscaping. I can call that Anthony's lawn mowing service. That's just another business. What great entrepreneurs do is they use psychology. They think about how to stand out, how to get your parents to allow you to buy them, for them to buy you a new car. They think about how I can get Mr. Williams to accept late homework. So guess what? You know what I did? I said, we're just not a lawn mowing job. We are college students looking for work. Now you gotta think about that. Here are homeowners, probably have kids of their own, trying to do well in college, or kids that want to go to college. When they see kids wanting to do work in college, what are they going to tell them? Let's say I knock on the door. Hey, we're college students. We're looking for work. We do any chore. And what if they have work they want to do, right? What are they going to say? A lot of times they said yes to me. Okay? So psychology is a huge part of any business. So let's get into the math of things. So who here likes math? Oh, no one's raising their hand? All right. All right.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a nerd. I was a chemistry major. It was all math. Let's do some math, guys. Did you guys know that landscapers charge $1,000 a day in the Montgomery County area? You guys know that? $1,000 a day in Montgomery County. You can look that up. Google it. You can do all that stuff. I saw $1,000 a day. Wow, it's a lot of money. People need landscaping. There's big houses in Bethesda and Potomac. They're 15 minutes away. They need their weeds pulled. They need their beds looking good. They need their shrubs looking good. You know what I did? I said, listen, first of all, I had that foot in the door. Does anyone know what the foot in the door aspect is? It's a psychology lesson. You get your foot in the door. You do whatever it takes to get to talk to them more, right? So what I did is I just told them, we do yard work. We're not doing a $10,000 job. We do yard work. They're going to call me, right? They're not going to call a big landscaping company first. Yard work. It sounds very small. You start very small, get their attention, and then you do it, right? So let's say, like for example, who plays Clash of Clans or Candy Crush? Come on. Who knows what Candy Crush is? Great. Candy Crush is a perfect example of the foot in the door scenario for business. What they do, is the app free to download? The app is free to download. But then what happens? They charge you money, right? So what I did was I not only said that we just pull, we do weeding, very small stuff, yard work. I did free estimates, right? So I get to meet them. And then I took them and I said, look, landscapers charge you $1,000 a day. I'll charge you $700 or $800, right? I basically would do $600, $500. Now, next thing what I did a day was I got 2 workers, paid them $12, $13, or $14 an hour. Usually it was $12, right? And so that's $100 a person. So I pay $200 out of my pocket to do a $700 job. So what's 700 minus what's 700 minus 200? $500. And I was able to get 2, 3, 4 jobs a day. What's 4 times 500? 2,000. All right? Just put in your heads. It's that simple, guys. Entrepreneurship is that simple. You know? You find a problem, like weeds being pulled out, stuff like that. It's very, very, very simple. So, next thing I want to talk about is, who here wants to become a doctor?
Animal doctor count?
What's your name again? Jamie. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. It's so bad for me. Jamie, you want to become a doctor, right? Okay. So, you're a junior right now? You're a sophomore. Oh man, these guys are sophomores in here. All right, guys. Okay. Nick, raise your hand if you're a senior. Okay. All right, we got 2 seniors. Oh, they're crowded back there, huh? Okay. So, let's say you want to become a doctor, right? Is that an entrepreneurial venture? It can be. Yep. What topic are you guys on right now in the entrepreneurship class? Besides all this stuff that you're doing right now, what kind of stuff are you guys learning right now?
He just throws stuff at us.
Business strategy. Okay. Can anyone tell me a little bit what business strategy is? Huh? A blueprint. Okay. Now,
Why don't you all share some of the things that you learned or some of the businesses and their strategies?
yeah, let's talk about Nike. You guys studied Nike, right? Jennifer, tell me a little bit about Nike.
They try to target all athletes now. It just started off as just like professional athletes, so like NBA, NFL, but now they're trying to get every attention, which is expanding.
Okay.
And the largest growing segment of athletes.
Yes. Yes. So, do you guys know much about market research?
Yeah.
It's really important. I'm gonna fill you in on a really big secret, right? Everything that I've done is not that creative. Everything I've done, someone else has done before. And you shouldn't think, if you're ever thinking about starting your own business, you don't really need to say, I need to think of something completely original. Everything I've done is something that someone has done landscaping business before, right? Right? Everyone has done a handyman service business. I also have an app development company. We develop mobile apps, like Instagram or whatever our clients want. Someone else has done that. The difference is companies like Nike, right? They have a brand, right? What is their slogan? Just do it. What is Subway's slogan?
Eat fresh.
Eat fresh. What is McDonald's slogan? I'm loving it. How do you guys remember that stuff?
It's short.
It's there.
It's short and sweet.
It's short. It's simple.
This case it says the slogans taste good.
Oh, they taste good, and you can taste it when you say it, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, and they have meaning behind that. Let's get into Subway for a little bit, right? Subway, I remember when it first started becoming big. You know what Subway did? You know what was really big before Subway came out? McDonald's was really big. And what are your opinions on McDonald's?
Fattening.
Fattening. It's carcinogenic or whatever. It's fattening. It's not fresh. Everything's frozen, right?
Yep.
Ah, that's a big mogul, right? They're the ones making the most money. So what did Subway do?
The opposite.
Eat fresh, the opposite. That's exactly what they did. That's really important, right? I want to start talking about who wants to go to college eventually. Great. Great. You guys all want to go to college. Now, in show of hands, who wants to own their own business one day? Who wants to be their own boss? Okay. Even if you don't want to be your own boss, entrepreneurship and technically psychology are one of the most important things we need to know. So let's compare what Subway did with their marketing to what you're going to be doing for your college essay, for you getting into college. Guess what? There's 50,000, 100,000 other people. How many people apply to Maryland?
Yeah, close to
80,000 people apply to Maryland. Why are they going to choose you? Jennifer, why would they choose you? You're great. Joey over here says he's great too. I'm great, and I'm great, I'm great. McDonald's had this thing, they're cheap. I'm loving it. Well, guess what? This thing that started coming out that they have frozen food, the food's nasty, it makes you fat. Well, guess what Subway did? They brought in Eat Fresh. This is healthy. This will help you lose weight. You guys need to start thinking about everything. Everything. Whether you're applying to college, whether you're trying to get a girlfriend, a boyfriend, whether you're trying to get a job, you need to start thinking differently. Does anyone know who Steve Jobs is? All right. Who is Steve Jobs? Yes. He was a co-founder of Apple. And did you guys know he got kicked out of his own company at one point?
Wow.
He got kicked out. He was a little, I like it. He's a little weird, He had his own ways, and he was very stuck into it, and he liked to be the boss. And,
I think,
you know,
didn't he, so if he started the company, how did he get kicked out?
oh, you guys want to know why?
Yeah.
When you guys grow, right? I'm at a level where I own my businesses, so 100%, right? I've not taken a single dollar in investment. I haven't needed to because I hustled really hard and made my own money and put it back into the companies. But are you going to be able to do that with $1 billion business? I mean, unless you're Donald Trump, right? You get a $100 million loan from your father. You are going to need investments to get to $1 billion, right? I know no company in the world that is able to get to $1 billion without outside money coming in. What do you do when outside money comes in, though? How do you get that outside money come in? You sell a piece of the company.
Oh.
Right? So let's say, right now I own 100% of Blue Collar Scholars. Let's say, actually, it was funny. I put a little video up earlier and about me speaking here, and someone called me and asked if they could invest in my company, just because I was speaking here. They liked what I was doing. So let's say I actually go on with this deal, right? Let's say I sell him, let's say I evaluate the company at $1 million, okay? I believe Blue Collar Scholars was $1 million. If I were to sell Blue Collar Scholars, I'd get $1 million in my pocket. Antoine, I will give you 10% for $100,000. Okay. He gives me $100,000. I get 10%. I give him 10% of the company. Now what do I own? 90%. Let's say I do so well that I hustle so hard that I wake up every morning, I'm on the phone trying to get more jobs, right? Getting more money, and all of a sudden it turns into a $10 million company, right? And I'm like, let's make it $100 million. And I sell 40% of it to get a $20 million investment. How much do I own now if I sell 40% of my stock? Well, yes. I get 50%. So there's different ways when a company gets like that. There's different ways, right? You have preferred stock and you have common stock. I could put it in the clause where that no matter, even if I had 2% of the company, that I would have preferred stock and I'd have the voting stock. The voting, right? See, Apple got so big, they had a board of directors. They had a council, right? It wasn't just Steve Jobs running the show. It got so big, so important that he needed help running it, and people owned a substantial amount of the billion-dollar business. Eventually, the CEO of the time he appointed went to the board of directors and said, Steve's crazy. Steve Jobs, he's not wearing his shoes, he's stinking, and I'm like, right? Or whatever the reason was. And he said, okay, that's fine. We're going to take Steve out.
So how come he wasn't the CEO of his company?
Okay, so it's a good question. So let's say, for example, Blue Collar Scholars, right? I have experience with Blue Collar Scholars, right? I have experience with growing this company, with selling to my company, my customers, and I have experience selling to my customers and managing my guys. My guys are happy, they're working well, but all of a sudden we turn into a $100 million company and I have 180 employees. I've never done that before, right? And what if, I see that and I'm having trouble doing it? But this guy who's been at Pepsi, who was the CEO of Pepsi, has been doing it, and I say, man, can you run my company for me? Right? I believe you'd do a better job. Because remember, all right, this is a huge lesson right now I'm about to give you, really big, people who want to start going business. Don't be selfish in the beginning, right? You do need to be smart, but when I first had these ideas, you know what I did? I didn't tell them anyone. I was afraid to tell anyone because I thought people were going to take it, right? It's not going to happen. 99 out of 100 times it's not going to happen. So, and in business, you need to learn that it's business. It really is about profit. It really is about the best for the business. If I'm messing up, if I'm not doing a great job, and I have partners, You need to be like, okay, you know what? It's not working. I need to pull myself down. You guys run the company, right? This is for the business, right? It doesn't matter about the pride. It does not matter about the status. I am almost out of time. I am going to talk about one last thing I want to bring up to you about social media. Okay? One last thing. It's basically the same thing I was talking about in the beginning. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff. Now, I want you to understand, even if you don't own your own business one day, it's really important that you get as much experience in the business side of these companies. You know why? Because the economy crashed in 2008. Because all these older people that are looking for jobs right now, guess who has the money right now? Uber, Snapchat. How much is Uber worth again? 40 billion. Oh, you remember that, huh? You guys like money, huh? $40 billion. Guess who's hiring? Uber. They have $40 billion. Of course they're hiring. Tesla, multi-billion-dollar company. They're hiring. Guess who their market is? Millennials. People who are becoming in their 20s, in their 30s. People who understand social media. People who are on social media more than they are on TV. So, it is my recommendation to you that even if you don't become an entrepreneur, don't become your own boss, that you guys look into the business side of entrepreneurship. That you guys look at startups as you become into 11th grade, 12th grade. I'll give you my information. We can always talk. You know, if you guys want opportunities in my company, or some of my friends' companies, that you guys put yourself out there and get as much experience as you can. Because remember, you will be applying to college, right? And what is the important thing about college, Jennifer? What did I tell you? You gotta stand out. Good job, Jennifer. You gotta stand out, guys. And I'm telling you right now, when you apply to Maryland or Harvard, go ahead, shoot for the stars. I know people got into Harvard with 2.5. Seriously.
2.5.
Yeah. You know why? Because they had a crazy resume. They did some crazy things. Cool things. Imagine you put on your resume. You helped out a startup. You helped them make $10,000. You manage their social media page. Maryland's gonna like it, right? Guys, my message to you here today is, first of all, that entrepreneurship works. You can make money. I went through some steps of how I made money. And also, guys, social media. Start appreciating it. Start understanding how you can work it and how it can benefit you in your lives. So, I want to thank Mr. Williams. Thank you so much for letting me come speak. And now I will be taking, you guys wrote some questions, right?
Yeah.
All right, I will be taking questions now. If you guys aren't shy, who has the first question? Yeah, what's up?
How many people did you start out with when you first started business? Like your employees?
When I first started out, I tried to do it myself, but I would always get a friend to help out, right? So actually, it's a great question. I got my friend Peter Breslin. He is still my partner in these companies, and me and him would go on Craigslist, look for jobs, look for all that stuff. It's so much fun to work with a friend. So much fun to work with a friend. So I started out with a friend, and then we grew from there. Great question. Next one. Yes, what's your name? Huh? Ann.
Did you have any difficulties?
Yes. Yes. I had a lot of difficulties. Great question. A lot of people, actually, I tried to start the company when I was 19 years old, 18 years old, and I swear I was going to become a multimillionaire, right? I was like, man, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I was watching videos on Bill Gates, received jobs, and I didn't do anything. I got really depressed. I felt really bad because I told people, it's like, you know, saying I'm going to become a doctor, and then telling everyone I'm going to become a doctor, You don't make it to med school. Hey, are you going to become a doctor? Oh man, don't talk about that, you know? Yes, that was my first difficulty, failure. But you know, I learned a lot from it. It made me a lot stronger. Also, there's a lot of laws in starting businesses, guys. So if you want to start a business, first, first in LLC. It's $150. Don't operate a business without it, because if you get sued, you personally get sued. Right now, if I were to get sued, I wouldn't lose my car, I wouldn't lose anything. You know why? Because the company gets sued, not me. I'd be, it's a limited liability company. So, and another big thing, Montgomery County doesn't like signs. So the reason why I started making lots of money in the beginning was because of that content marketing. That we do yard work. I put exclamation points after the yard work, and I said we do yard work, weeding, mulching, blah blah blah, tree removal, junk removal, right? Mowing. People call me left and right. That's how I really started making good money. You know what Montgomery County did? They took pictures of it, and they sent it to my lawyers, and they said, we will fine you $500 a sign if you put up another sign.
What?
Yeah, that was not fun. That was not fun. So you have one free pass, guys. I didn't say that, yeah, but yeah. There you go.
Where were you putting up those signs?
Good question. Where would you put up the signs? You have a landscaping company, right?
Probably on
Telephone poles. Remember, these guys are driving, right?
maybe on the side.
Huh? Windshields? No, these signs cost $600. There are about 40 of them. It's a lot of money wasted. On the road. Where on the road? Stoplights. Big intersections. I put them at the mall. That's where most of my customers came. Because guess what people do at the mall? They spend money, right? So I already knew they had money, right? I put them in wealthy areas, guys. Don't be afraid to go very wealthy areas. Because guess what? They have more money. I went to Potomac. That was where I got most of my business. They had bigger lawns. You just come there with a smile. They love it. They want to help people out because they have money. So I actually put my signs next to farmers markets because I have the idea that people who want to buy fresh food and stuff, you know, want work done, right? Good question. Good question. Yeah.
Is there a law against putting up signs?
Yeah. I still haven't figured it. You know.
Well, you're planning.
I'm really lazy. Right? So like as soon as they said $500, I was like, I'm not going to touch it. You know. I was like, I got enough business right now. I'm good. Yeah, man. But yeah, you have to get a permit for the signs. Yeah, I know, right? And, you know, it's all right. Yeah, I believe they should. Next question. No, you guys got questions. Yes, what's your name? Anaya, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So what motivated you to start your business venture after you decided not to be a doctor?
You know, a lot of it had to do, you know, just remember, you know, I dropped out of college and, you know, I was making some money, right? But I wasn't making a lot. I didn't really have much of a plan. So I kind of felt bad, right? You know, I dropped out. I was going to family parties. People were like, oh, Sam, what are you doing? You know? I'm like, well, I dropped out of college. Like, oh, you know? They give you a bad look, right? So I kind of like got that guilt for a while. Kind of felt really bad. And I really didn't have any money, right? So, and I saw all these other people with going to college, getting jobs. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this. I've always had the idea that, that everyone has lawns outside that I can work on. you know, and you know, it just got to a point that I was like, I'm gonna do this, and I just jumped into it, you know, I just jumped into it. Great question. I know everyone has those cards in front of them.
How much do you make?
Huh?
How much do you make?
How much do I make? On a good day, I can make around $2,000. On a bad day, I make nothing. You know?
That's simple.
Wait, is that $2,000 in profit or?
Yeah, I can make $2,000. Yes.
What inspired your business?
What inspired my business? Okay, so like I said, we're right back into it. One, I saw a problem, right? College kids didn't have jobs. And then I also saw the yards. Everyone had yards. So that really inspired me to, you know, wow, no one else is doing it, you know? When I got that idea that no one else was doing this college stuff, doing yard work and stuff, it's like, you guys know what a competitive advantage is?
Yeah.
What's a competitive advantage? Okay.
Wait. Don't let him off the hook that easy.
You know what?
All these
yeah,
athletes,
yeah, you're an athlete.
and talking about you don't know competitive advantage.
You're still asking me?
Mm-hmm.
When you find somebody's weakness and you take advantage of it?
Kind of, yeah, in a cynical way, yes.
There's more
It's
athletes than you.
who else wants to answer that question? What's a competitive advantage? Doctor?
I don't know.
Come on.
My mom, basketball star.
What's your name? Matt. What's a competitive advantage?
Yeah, more experience really.
Yeah, it's a good example. It's when you go into something and you have a leg up, right? So let's say Mike Williams is a big, strong guy, right?
Not really.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I play with him, right? So like a voucher. Let's say you got a 5'2" guy, right? He weighs about 85 pounds. You're playing football against Mike Williams. You know, Mike Williams is gonna hurt him with his pinky. You know, that's a that's a competitive advantage, right? So I saw that no one had the same business as I did. No one had a group of college kids who were going door to door saying, we're college students. Can we do any chores? Right? I knew right away that people would rather hire me than some Joe Schmo that they don't know from across town. Right? That's competitive advantage. That's like you launching an app. Let's say Jennifer has 2 million followers on Twitter, 10 million followers on Instagram, and 1 million followers on Facebook. And Anthony here has about 100 followers, right? She has a competitive advantage to launch an app, right? You have 10 million people who are going to see your app. Anthony, you know, download my app. Yeah, good question. Another question.
Do you go to WJ?
Yes, went to Walt Johnson.
Why are you taking pictures of
With the what?
How you know?
Yep.
Somebody like Walter Johnson anyway.
Oh,
Walter Johnson. Played soccer. Coach Williams. Yep. I played defense with Mike Williams. And you know, I had the courage to ask Mike Williams the last game. I asked him to put me up top. But he said no. Yeah. We were losing the game. I was like, how do we score? You know. But hey, doesn't hurt to ask. Does not hurt to ask.
A little thing popped on your phone.
No other questions? We probably have to wrap it up. And there's one more question. No one has any questions for.
You guys have one more question.
Yeah, I got one more.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
No one to see that shit.
Yeah, what car do you drive?
What car do I
That's
drive?
a good question.
You like to
That is
flex.
a good question.
That's a great question. I used to drive a 2010 two-door BMW. No, I don't have it anymore.
Okay.
And I will never buy a luxury car again. Why? How much money I make?
You don't like nice things.
Listen, guys. I realized that if you have a good business idea when you're young, and if it's working, you don't go out and spend all that money. If you have a good business idea and it's working, you put the money back into the company. Put the money back into the people, and you build it, right? You can love all those cars, right? But guess what? You know, that's $60,000 you could be spending towards your future, right? At $60,000. What if instead, you know, you spent $20,000 on a regular car? Right now, I drive my truck. Yeah, the truck's the same truck I use for my work.
Can you take me home?
You know, so let's say, you know, and I bargained, by the way. I got a truck, pickup truck, 40,000 miles, $4,000 cash. It's a good value. And I drive that truck around. And so, yeah, good for everything. It's perfect. So instead, if I had paid for the $55,000 BMW, I would have still had to buy a truck, right? Just $55,000 I can do whatever I want with it. You know? So I recommend, guys, don't waste your money on nice fancy things. You know, build yourself, right? And then actually people will admire you more if you have it and don't flaunt it like that. They will.
Alright, I think we have a couple of minutes left. Alright, well let me just say this. After this question, we make sure we give our speaker a round of applause. Or go ahead, let's give him a round of applause right now. And then on your way out, I need you to place your cards on the table over there. Wait, not now. Hello, have a seat. Because Denarian has one other question. I'm saying after that question, Eduardo, Edgar, go, question.
Yeah.
Like, what did your girlfriend think about this?
My girlfriend think about this, huh?
I didn't even ask, do you have a girlfriend?
You want to know the business.
Whole business, girls love it.
Okay.
Girls, most attractive thing, girls success. So girls like that.
You can.
Guys, I'm writing my email up here. I suggest you guys contact me. You know? Guys, here's my email. I suggest you type it, you write it down.
7 questions.
Huh?
What do you want to say?
You know, if you guys need any help, you know, if you want to start your own business, you can run it by me. All right, one last thing before I go. The most important thing you can do is make connections. Now, it doesn't matter if you want to become a lawyer, a doctor, or whatever. It's all about who you know, right? The reason for that is, let's say you know an entrepreneur, right? You go to him. He's already been there and done that. He will teach you how to run a business. You want to become a teacher. You go to Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams, I really want to help kids out. How can I become a teacher? If you want to become a doctor, you go to doctor. Say, hey, I really want to become a doctor. Show me how you became a doctor. They will show you how. So, if you want, and I am hiring, if you guys, later on, if you're legally able to work. Yeah.
You gotta wait till November. I'll be eating.
All right. Give him another round